Sending out the notification. And we are good to go. I'll tell you right now. We are live right now for Wrestling Hour. All right. That notification sent out. Now let's hit up Twitter. We are live right now talking WWE NXT, WWE, AEW, TNA, wrestling discussion. All right. Twitter has been notified. Discord has been notified. What's up, Carter? What's up, Jason? What's up, Terrence? Welcome to the Wrestling Podcast, guys. We're doing a little wrestling hour. We have I was going to say, I don't know why I was going to say like Johnny Wrestling or something. Oh, because that's your character in the league. Oh. We got Brian in the house, man. We're going to be talking some wrestling. We're going to hang out here for the next hour, getting ready for AEW Dynamite going down tonight, which we will be doing a podcast. But you were telling me, Brian, you saw Lexx King in NXT facing off against Ridge Holland?
Yeah, Ridge Holland, which was a good match. But I was going to ask you, I thought Ridge Holland went to AEW.
No. Ridge Holland's still in WWE. The problem is that he was part of the Brawling Brutes with Sheamus and Butch, which now Butch is Pete Dunne again.
Oh, yeah, okay. Now I
yeah,
remember him.
so...
I confused him for the dude that we saw live that came out to help Adam Cole, I think.
Adam Cole?
Yeah, when we went live.
Oh, like Roderick Strong and the other guy, Kyle O'Reilly. Yeah. Yeah, no. Those guys are in AEW still. What up, The Goat? What up, Jason? MGM, I see you guys. Yeah, so they put on a good match on a random freaking Tuesday.
Oh, yeah. Those dudes, they need to be called up, but I know at this point it's going to be harder to get called up. They're going to try to hold people down purposely just for like the numbers, especially next year when everything starts moving to like Netflix and like other channels. It's going to be damn near impossible to get moved out of NXT.
It's going to take a while. Yeah,
because they're like, no, we need all the big names.
And Ridge Holland going back down to NXT is good to kind of give him a rebrand so Butch can do his own thing, because now Butch, well, I keep calling him Butch, but Pete Dunne is kind of resurfacing back and kind of, going his own route. And I like it. Sheamus has been injured. He's still nursing his injury, I'm assuming. So we'll see him sooner rather than later at some point. But Ridge Holland was kind of lost in the sauce, not really having anything going for him. So putting him in NXT in that realm, I think is going to do wonders for him. He already has a dope theme song going for him. And Lexx King is just trying to kind of fight everyone he possibly can get his hands on. And I like the segment. It was actually, I don't know if you noticed, or you saw it, should I say. He had the segment backstage where he gave a gift basket to The Rock's daughter.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I missed that one.
Yeah, that was hilarious, man. Welcome to the channel. Thank you for subscribing. Let's go. So, yeah, that's how that match happened. They were having like a typical AEW backstage segment where there's the interviewer, or in this case, it was The Rock's daughter, who's the GM. She was talking to Ridge, and Lexx King came in like being a little snobby. And he's like, oh, yeah, congratulations on being a general manager. And then Ridge Holland cuts in, and they kind of get into like a little back and forth battle of words, and they had their match. But you saw what it was. It was pretty good.
Yeah, it was probably a pretty good show. I've been trying to keep up with NXT
I'm glad,
a little
man.
bit, but it's been good. I think Lola Vice had a pretty good match too. She's getting a little bit better.
Yeah, so that match happened. Yeah, she is getting better. That match happened because now we're going to see Elektra. She got called up because she's going to be with Santos Escobar.
Yeah, that's going to be nice. They need it.
They needed it, bro. Now LWO can do the mixed tag match going on, and it kind of adds more fuel to that storyline too. So the more you add to that ensemble, the better. But bro, you know who I've been dying to talk to you about, Brian?
Oh,
Trick Williams, my boy. I love Trick Williams, and I saved it to talk to you about it now because I was like, man, let's just go live and talk about it on the podcast. When Trick Williams came out at Friday Night SmackDown to help Carmelo Hayes, I was acting like I was watching The Rock come out, bro. Like I'm like, oh, it's Trick, it's Trick.
Was
Whoa!
it Did he get a big pop?
Big
live?
pop live, big pop live for sure. I can't believe everybody was like, whoop that Trick. Kids, families, everyone was hyped to see Trick go out and help Carmelo. So Trick is a star in the making, and it shows how aware people are of NXT, bro. It's crazy to me.
He's getting a lot of like Shawn Michaels. Oh my god, bro.
Man, he's doing great. He's doing really good things for NXT. I love what I see from them. And this Sunday, I'm actually super excited for Vengeance Day, bro. I haven't been this excited to watch a NXT PLE since like the TakeOver days. And I saw No Mercy at the end of last year for 2023. No Mercy was pretty good. I missed a couple of other ones, but now I'm gonna see it. More consecutively, and I could tell you that Vengeance Day is going to be awesome. Double duty for Trick Williams, who's in a tag match for the Dusty Cup Finals against Braun Breaker and Baron Corbin, who I like that tag team too. Baron Corbin and Braun Breaker have been working well together. Have you seen them?
Yeah,
bro.
But he's going to get called. I think I saw something on Twitter that he's getting called up.
Yeah, because Nick Aldis was talking. Nick Aldis was a little sour on Monday night when what's this dude's name? Adam Pearce announced that Andrade signed to Raw. And he goes, oh, don't worry. I got a meeting with Braun Breaker on Friday.
Yeah, he's coming up quick.
Yeah, so he's getting...
about time. It's a little overdue.
It is overdue, man. I love Braun Breaker. He was but now I'm a little sad because I was looking forward to tuning in every single week. Like, I've tuned in already a couple back-to-backs, but I was tuning in to see more Braun Breaker. And now he's going to SmackDown. I just hope he doesn't get lost in the shuffle with everything going on, you know?
All right, it's fine. It's probably like the worst time of year though too to get called up.
It is the worst time of the year.
They should have waited till after WrestleMania.
After WrestleMania, because getting called up right now, he's gonna kind of get lost in the shuffle with all the big timers that are gonna get their stories developed.
Yeah, they're just gonna put him in the Andre the Giant battle.
He is gonna be there. So a conversation that I want to bring to the stream. What's up, VJ? A conversation that I want to bring to the stream, which me and Brian were having, behind the scenes right now, was Kevin Owens. And this is very interesting to hear because Brian, and I love Kevin Owens as well, but Brian is like a big time Kevin Owens fan. And he was telling me how he was kind of falling off the rails like the Bray Wyatt situation, like the Dolph Ziggler situation, where you saw these guys that you really wanted to see succeed, capture gold, get put in main events, and they kind of kept losing over and over and over and just cashing it in, if you will. Not saying Bray did that. Obviously, Bray had a lot of things to aspire for in his big return. Rest in peace. But we're talking about his other run in WWE, and then now we saw what happened with Dolph Ziggler, where his most monumental run in recent time was what he did in NXT with Braun Breaker with that title. But outside of that, Kevin Owens did the tag team titles, then got injured, and I feel like he's been plagued with injuries, and it hasn't really helped him get that that push to stay in the main event. But I have enjoyed his work, Brian. So you were telling me that you've lost hope, and I want you to kind of elaborate on that thought and go to where you were trying to head to.
I feel like they kind of disrespected him, and it's a little bit on his side too because he's clearly happy, right?
Yeah, he is.
And the thing is, like me as a fan, or like it's hard to cheer for somebody who's like just happy at their spot if their spot's not at the top. Yeah, basically. Yeah. Because I'm like, what I felt in the beginning, if you go back to the original Tribal Chief run or whatever, you can make an argument, right? Like if you stop like the whole glitz and glamour and glitterness of Brock Lesnar versus Roman, and Cody versus Roman, or Sammy and all that shit like that, and you just bring it down to the bare bones AEW style wrestling.
Yes.
And like matches.
Yes.
His Roman Reigns, by far his biggest opponent is always Kevin Owens. They put on the best matches.
They so far throughout his reign, I would agree with that Kevin Owens and him really went toe to toe. Especially
for the past year and a half, they've all always ended the same. Solo Sikoa coming out, cheating, whatever. It's all spots. It's all like clockwork. Everything's clockwork.
It's too much rinse and repeat at this point.
Well, back then when he was fighting Kevin Owens, everything was still new.
Fresh.
Even the Paul Heyman messing up with the handcuffs,
Yeah.
where technically Roman Reigns lost,
Yeah.
but the referee had to slow down the count
Yeah.
because he couldn't get him up the handcuffs and stuff like that. Dude. So what I was trying to say is that belt doesn't mean as much as what it is if it wasn't for those battles,
Of course. Of
right?
course. Yeah, he elevated
And
it.
what I feel like since I've been watching Kevin Owens, man, is that he's a workhorse as far as like putting over the belt, putting over Roman. Even when Sammy, because they knew Sammy wasn't gonna beat Roman at the Elimination Chamber for the belt, right?
Yeah, of
But
course.
WWE is not dumb enough to the point where they're like just gonna let him fall. He was one of the biggest. At that point he was one of the biggest superstars.
For
He
sure.
needed to have a WrestleMania moment, right?
Yeah.
So they just kind of plugged and play the Kevin Owens story so they can go into WrestleMania for the tag teams, right?
100%. 100%.
So they win the tag team, and obviously because of
Flatlines.
injuries or whatever,
Flatlines.
it kind of flatlined. But my whole point is they just kind of plug and play him when they need him
To do something,
like
feel special.
make this belt something, make this whatever, blah blah blah. But they haven't rewarded him
For being
with like
a
a
top
real, yeah, give him a real run. Like give him the belt.
guy. A
give
real
him
a
whatever,
real feud
bro.
that's gonna be long lasting and enticing to see. Not just something for Logan Paul, who we know that Logan is saying that this is his real job and all that. But you know, Logan is spreading himself thin. He's doing too much, and he's not really gonna be there every single week. You want to see Kevin Owens, and like, let me give you an example. Wouldn't you feel a little more comfortable if him and Austin Theory were working their magic beyond just like a joke? Because right now they're kind of like flirting with each other through the Logan Paul situation, but Austin Theory has been kind of putting on some nice matches for sure, but he's had his fair share of like, it's just like a joke, right? It's not serious. It's not really a feud you take serious.
And then the shit that I'm seeing in the comments, like MGM said, he sees him like a Chris Jericho, right?
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with Chris Jericho's a legend. He's a GOAT. He's put on 5-star matches, right?
Yeah.
So that's a good category, right? With Kevin Owens. My whole thing, dog, is I think he's way better than that. And I'm gotten to the point where, all right, fine. If this is what you want to be, if this is what your bar is, if this is the ceiling that you want to be, which is not a bad ceiling because you're not a jobber, right?
Yeah, no,
but at the same time, you're not the guy, and if you don't want to be the guy, like I feel like I'm still gonna be a fan, but I can't have that same fandom that I have.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, you
towards,
can't
like,
feel.
Rhodes,
I
like
get
a
you.
Cody Rhodes or anything like that. So that's how I feel. That's like what happened with me with Dolph. But Dolph turned more. That one turned more into hate. But that wasn't his fault. That was on WWE and Bray, and that's what happened with me with Bray. And for that one, that turned in more into hate because he started getting lazier at the end.
Yeah, he too many riddled injuries and like no shows and stuff.
So at least Kevin Owens has gotten to a point where he's putting on lazy matches, but it's starting to get to a point where I'm just starting to give up on him because I'm like I can't buy into him. Like you can't buy into his storylines anymore because you know they're not gonna go anywhere.
I like digging into your perspective.
The whole point of WWE is that you gotta buy it. You gotta buy the storyline. You gotta buy that he's going for the belt. You gotta buy that he's whatever.
Yeah,
but
you just feel like a gatekeeper situation.
Yeah. After so many years, dog, when you hear his music, or he's come back from a long injury, or he announces that he's going to the Royal Rumble, or he announces that he's going for this title, you don't even care anymore because you're like, dude, you're just gonna lose.
Yeah. I get what you're saying, bro. He is flirting with that kind of situation. I do think he's putting on still good performances and matchups and all that, but they need to give him some more substance, not just some quick stories. And you know, a lot of people be like, oh, but he is in a story, you know, he's feuding with Austin Theory. Yeah, but it just doesn't feel like a legitimate focus. And you know, Anthony said Kevin Owens needs to have one more big run. His window's almost closing. I don't think his window's almost closing. He does need more than just one big run. But look, it's like, you know, what Carter said, which Triple H said originally. He can't give everyone the spotlight. And I get that concept. I do get that concept. Right now we're focusing obviously on Roman and the Cody stuff and Seth. That's why I think moving Kevin Owens to SmackDown was just not a good idea, in my opinion. I think he was fine on Raw, but then they were trying to make some room and space for Drew McIntyre. You know, because Drew McIntyre is now the top heel in the company. I feel like almost he's creeping up with that, and I don't think you could do that if Kevin Owens is there as a heel, as the guy that is feuding with Sammy, as the guy that's going for the Seth Rollins belt. I think you take Drew away from that spot. And you know, Kevin Owens recently kind of restarted that feud with the Bloodline and the Tribal Chief, and it ended again in not in his favor, clearly. But you know, the gatekeeper role is okay for a while, but when is that while gonna end? And I think that's more like what this conversation is about, rather than, oh yeah, he sucks, because he doesn't suck, and his window's not closing anytime soon, I feel, as long as he could stay healthy. So what up, Jalen? How's it going, man? What's up, VJ? I see you talking about the PlayStation Direct. I'll talk more about it later. You know, this is the wrestling hour, so I'm trying to get through as many topics as we possibly can to cover all of wrestling. Yeah, AEW Dynamite is on tonight. I will be doing a watch party at 8 p.m. Eastern time, so I want to see each and every one of you guys there. Stop on by. We're going to be seeing Jeff Hardy versus Moxley for the first time ever. I'm looking forward to it, despite not having any real story. I'm going to enjoy the damn, matchup. I'm actually enjoying the storyline that Owens got going on. Look, man, I think it's okay, but here's my problem with that, Carter, and I'm going to put a stop to that. I would agree with you, but hello, LA Knight. We know that LA Knight wasn't going to beat Roman unless it was going to be like a total curveball, right? So LA Knight needs a belt. LA Knight needs to finally capture a singles title so he could finally then go for the main title later on. You just don't win the main belt like that. And he was given the opportunity because the crowd and the momentum, and you know, he's cutting fantastic promos, having some good matches. He got involved with John Cena. So LA Knight is getting a massive push. It's LA Knight season, bro. It's LA Knight season. And Kevin Owens winning the U.S. title is not going to do a whole lot, but like Brian said, it'll help him elevate the belt, but that's about it. In the back of my head, I'm like, yeah, this is all for LA Knight. Because let's face it, Logan Paul is the perfect sleazebag heel. LA Knight is the perfect big-time babyface. And you see, he can win the Money in the Bank this year, but why can't Kevin Owens win the Money in the Bank? Why does it have to be LA Knight if we just saw LA Knight compete for 2 main belts? We saw him at Crown Jewel, and we just saw him in the Fatal 4-Way at the Rumble. He lost, now back of the line. So I see what you're saying about Kevin Owens, but to me in my head, I'm like, yeah, but that's LA Knight's spot, and Kevin Owens is just keeping it warm for him. Kevin Owens, like what Brian is saying.
Someone who legit, I think, he's one of my favorite wrestlers, like in the ring, right? I think it makes me want to not buy into him anymore.
Yeah, it puts you off. Most certainly puts you off. Guys, we have only 7 likes, man. Crush the likes like Hulkamania. Guys, what's going on, man? We got a Wrestling Hour podcast impromptu for sure. We have so much to unpack with WWE 2k24. We have the AEW watch party later. Is this the kind of energy that you guys are bringing to the show? I'm about to get up and get out of here. You guys are not even liking it up for the stream. Come on, man. Let's get to it. Cody, Lex was at the Rumble. Yeah, Cody, where have you been? I've uploaded shorts. I've talked about it on Twitter. I've uploaded photos. I mean, what's going on, Cody? What up, Kev? Honestly, Kevin Owens needs Cody to beat Roman. A heel Kevin Owens versus Cody would be a great refresh for KO. 1,000%. 1,000%.
I'm down for that.
I'm down for that too. That would be chef's kiss. Beautiful. Look, we're just huge Kevin Owens fans, and we want to see Kevin Owens in a prominent role. That's it. That's all we want. Going for Logan Paul is good if he was going to actually win the belt to then put on great matches and turn heel and fight LA Knight, okay? But that's Logan Paul's spot right now. So you're not going to take the title away from Logan Paul to give it to Kevin Owens to then give it to LA Knight. Not right now. Might as well let Logan Paul build his little reign, right? Let him talk his shit, and then have him ultimately, face LA Knight in what would be the biggest fandom clash in recent memory. You got one of the most hated, social media figures that wrestling fans are kind of starting to respect because of his work ethic and the matches he's putting on, but he's still a heel, right? And he's embracing that finally. And then you have LA Knight, the biggest freaking baby face in recent memory outside of Cody Rhodes. I mean, that's like Dominic Mysterio and LA Knight facing pretty much, right? It's kind of the same thing here, the same energy. Big time bad guy, big time good guy. What you get out of that is pure magic, and the athleticism that LA Knight can kind of, his strength, combining that with the athleticism of Logan Paul. LA Knight and Logan Paul, I feel like, are good dancing partners to put on one hell of a show. So that's why I don't really see the Kevin Owens stuff. And maybe I'm thinking too far ahead, right? I should think of in the moment right now. His match with Logan Paul was all right. It was good. It served its purpose. But we all knew that the chances of Kevin Owens truly winning were not that high. So with that being said, Brian, now that you've been watching NXT the last couple of weeks and you've been a little more aware of the product, I do want to ask you right now, live on stream, what NXT superstar has kind of like, made you be like, oh shit, damn, this person might be something, or damn, I actually like this person. Like, which person has stood out to you? For me, it's been Trick Williams, Lexus King, and I've always liked Carmelo, so it's unfair. But Trick Williams and Lexus King are two that come to my mind that I've really been enjoying what they're doing, and I want to see more of them. Like, I'm just like, oh, and Ilja. Ilja, I think, is freaking amazing too. So those are my three right there. Trick Williams, Lexus King, and Ilja. Those are my three picks.
Nikita Lyons. No, I'm just
you're going big booty Nikita.
Yeah. Hey, believe it or not, and this is me serious, right? You could attest to this because we talked about this offline about how I feel like in real life we know we're not that, but in wrestling terms, yeah, you can call me a sexist or whatever. But the women matches are not always like
hot.
That's not what I look.
That's not the hottest match on the card. I feel it.
For some reason, I feel like NXT puts on way better women matches than like Raw and SmackDown.
I agree.
More physical, I like Bianca, I like Rhea, I like.
No, you're talking, guys. Let me add to it. You're talking about outside of the staples, like outside of the Biancas and the Ripleys and Charlottes or Becky, whatever. You're talking about everyone else. It's a mixed bag. I feel like
the NXT women put on like 5-star matches, and the thing is, so like when you ask me that's why I laugh, because you already know how I am. And believe it or not, it's not the Trick Williams, it's not even like the dudes. I think it's the girls that stand out to me. The number one what's the
Tiffany Stratton? Oh no, the Tyra Valkyrie or something.
Yeah, Tiffany Stratton's amazing, right? Like she's a super agile high flyer.
Yeah, bro. Tiffany Stratton is awesome. I like Tiffany.
She's better than some of the dudes like on the, because it's not even like one of those. Some people just look awkward when they go to the top rope.
Yeah.
So
She looks comfortable.
It's like Hardy like.
Yeah.
And what I like about it is like it's not expected from her because that's her character, right? Like the whole little princess thing or whatever.
Yeah.
So it looks like her character would play like the coward heel, kind of like a Miz and stuff like that.
For sure, that's exactly what you would think.
But her moveset is not like dirty and like run away and put the referee in front of you.
No, it's legit. It's legit.
Her moveset is legit like top rope stuff, and like I really like that style. And I like the girl that's about to get called up that you told me, Electra Lopez.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, and that's me not being full honest. Those are the top 3 that I see.
Wow.
Now, it's not even the guys, it's the girls. Wow. Every time I tune in, and I don't know, it's because I am a sexist and I'm super surprised.
Yeah.
That they're doing good, that I'm putting them higher than they should. But no, I actually, when I tune in, I'm like, yo, these are like great matches.
Look, man, you're not someone that casually watches us and don't really pay attention to what the depth of where we're taking the conversation would say that. But me knowing you as long as I've known you, I know that it's not a sexist thing. Is like, if we're going to be equals, right, and we're going to see them as equals, then we want to be able to enjoy it equally without being like, oh yeah, but it's women, oh yeah, but it's girls. But in NXT, you kind of don't feel that. There's just, the energy is different, the level of physicality is different, the moves that they perform are different for whatever reason, and the talent that they're pumping out in the women's division in NXT, I mean, they're gonna give the top women in the main roster a run for their money. I mean, Tiffany Stratton is reminding me so much of a young Charlotte Flair, like. And she's even doing the flips probably even better now that Charlotte has gotten a little older, right? I mean, it's crazy to see. She came out at the Rumble. More fluid. She came out at the Rumble and she was doing her what is it though? Like the moonsault, like the Swanton Bomb type. And I was just like, oh, like I was in the crowd, jaw dropped. Like it was amazing.
That's funny. I didn't even connect the two. I said Hardy like, and I just remember she did do the Swanton Bomb.
Yeah, that's her move. That's her move.
At Royal Rumble.
So, bro, I'm kind of surprised because yeah, you could say that we do act a little sexist when it comes to the matches because we're very critical for sure. But I think that it's something that they're trying to prove a point in NXT down there. Shawn Michaels, and you know what's funny that. I can't even say it's just Shawn Michaels because when Triple H was in NXT, he was putting on great female performances as well with a lot of the women that are on the main roster. You know what I'm saying? Like the 4 horsewomen, Charlotte, Becky, Bayley, Sasha Banks, those ladies in NXT were like, dog.
Yeah, I feel second. I don't know what it is. Why Raw, like Raw and Smack, they just can't. They're not interesting. Like the stables, Bayley's stables, not interesting to me.
Well, I think that Damage Control is getting more and more interesting to me personally now, more than they've ever been, because of the potential of Bayley turning on them and whatever is going to come from that. You know?
Yeah.
I think that story is so intriguing to me because Bayley wanted this to work so much, and I don't like her as a bad guy. I don't like her as a bad girl, should I say, as a villain. Like. She does that annoying laugh. She's trying to get under your skin. I get it. It serves its purpose, but to me, it's more like, I don't want the huggy John Cena type Bayley either. I want kind of like a middle ground Bayley because Bayley was my pick. So when she won the Rumble, I was excited. I loved Bayley winning. I thoroughly enjoyed that Bayley won. I picked it. I guessed it. I'm good with Bayley. But it's just the way that her character has been. I'm actually enjoying more the falling apart, like the way that they're, you know, the what is it, Kabuki Warriors, Asuka, and I like the way they're kind of giving her the cold shoulder. I like that Dakota Kai is stepping up as like the leader of the group, talking on their behalf, like if she knows what the hell they're saying. So I like that dynamic. So to me, Damage Control right now is peaking. But I agree with you. I don't really care too much outside of that, but I think it's headed into a storyline where I'm gonna agree. So Bayley, I think Bayley is now finally coming back. What up, CJ? I think Bayley's finally coming back into her own. But let's talk a little bit about how about you saw the Kofi and Gunther match?
Kofi.
Monday Night Raw.
What was that?
Monday Night Raw for
Monday Night Raw? I missed it. Was it good?
It was pretty darn good, man. So first, it started off like kind of slow with Kofi getting his ass whooped, and I'm like, dog, I can't believe that they're literally slaughtering a former champion in Kofi Kingston like this. Come on, Triple H, do better. And then Kofi started to do his little comeback, and it was believable. It felt like a legit matchup, you know, because Gunther is like, I love Gunther, guys.
Gunther works with I love him because he can work with anybody. He can work with the big men, and he can work with the small guys and make it look believable.
Brian, so Gunther, like, do you consider yourself a Gunther fan?
Oh yeah, I'm a huge Gunther fan. I still think he should lose the belt already.
Yeah, I think too. I think too.
In the main event.
Me too. But
it's already too crowded, so that's why I'm like, all right, keep the belt.
He's like a main eventing mid Carter, right? He's a main eventing mid Carter right now.
And I don't want him to get lost behind Cody and everybody like that. So I'm like, all right, whatever, keep him in the middle.
Dog, how amazing was to me, and we were breaking it down on stream a couple streams ago. You weren't there, unfortunately, but to me, the best match that WWE produced this past year has probably got to be Drew McIntyre, Sheamus, and Gunther at WrestleMania.
Yeah, that was a good.
I
did like it was physical. I don't like those type of matches though. That style.
No,
I did like it, but for me to call it my favorite, no, believe you're gonna laugh at this. My favorite match from Gunther specifically, right? Has been the matches he had with they're
Gable.
actually not even pay-per-view matches. Yeah, the Gable matches.
Oh no,
Raw.
come on, those matches.
No, it was a Raw or SmackDown.
Yeah, no, they're Raw. I mean, you could pick any one of those. Those matches with Gable are great.
Or not even pay-per-view matches. Just Raw. Those are my personal favorites that he's had. Is with they have their chemistry.
Chemistry is flat, bro. I almost thought Chad Gable was gonna be the one.
Yeah,
that's how good it was, and I agree. Do you like Chad Gable, like, or do you feel like he's too?
Oh no, come on, bro. I can't speak highly, dog. Like when I talk, the thing is, all right. It's a compliment, but at the same time, it's gonna sound. It's not gonna. Dude. So like Kurt Angle, I love Kurt Angle, right? And the same reason I love Kurt Angle is the same reason I love Chad Gable. But the reason I don't want to compare them is because I feel like that's downgrading Gable as kind of like a clone, which I don't see him as a clone, right?
Me neither.
But the things that they do is what I love, right?
Yeah.
So put in perspective, what I love about Kurt Angle, bro, especially Perk Angle in TNA, right?
I love
in the
Perk
ring.
Angle.
He was probably one of we took him for granted in the ring.
Took him for granted.
Bro.
Sure.
By far. Like he was such, especially back then. Because remember, the wrestlers these days are a lot more athletic. They're a lot more wrestlers.
Oh, for sure.
Back
Yeah,
then, We had the Rocks and Stone Colds and stuff like that. That you know they stick to the same 1-2 steps.
Showman.
1-2 blah blah blah. Right?
Yeah, showman.
He put on. So we took Kurt Angle for granted back then because he put on 5-star matches with every, especially Brock Lesnar.
Easy.
He was great. He was intimidating. He was a legit champion when he held the belt. He tore the house down. And then on the other hand, bro, this dude is right up there with the R-Truths, with the Santino Morel. Like he can make you laugh, like die laughing to the point where your stomach hurt. Like his comedic timing, like
second to none.
You know what I'm saying? And the thing is like with some dudes, bro, you see them as you don't take them seriously enough to be champion, and then there's some dudes where you take them too serious that it's cringe when they do try to do comedy. He walks that fine line where he can do anything, right? And I put that same category on Gable because Gable, to me, the shush and the thank you,
the best thing ever. The best thing ever.
It's hilarious. It's not fucking cringe, and he works so well with everybody. Dude, he's elevated everybody. Maxine,
everyone.
Like even what's this? The dude that they
Otis.
No, not Otis.
Oh, Tozawa, of course. Tozawa's great.
I could care less about him, bro. I could care less about. And then the moment they added him to the picture, I'm like, oh, this dude's a star. This dude's a star, right?
Yeah.
And it's all it's all Chad Gable, bro. And dude,
can you believe that though?
They're fan favorites. They're going into signings. People love them. They're in Snickers commercials. Like, dude, he's a comedic actor, right? But at the same time, you put him in that ring, dude. And this
general. He is a ring general for real.
He's a main eventer, dude. You could see him because you see him as a comedy act, and then you put him in the ring, and you're like, dude, why is this dude not in the title picture going up against the tribal chief?
I wish
he can do literally every single hat.
I wish we get
any hat
before he retires and leaves WWE or whatever. I hope he gets his run just one time. I would love for Gable. You guys want to talk about someone that has put in the work, someone who's been in the business, someone who's charismatic, oozes all that stuff, the intangibles. Gable winning the Money in the Bank to me would be, oh my god, I could just think of the matchups and
I could tell you right now, it's even with all the comedy stuff, dog. If he was to win the Universal or the World Heavyweight, if he was to win it, 100% believable, dude. I would buy into that. And he would have an amazing reign.
It's funny that you're saying all of this, bro. I wish I wasn't. So I was at the event where he was at, guys. For anyone that hasn't seen the pictures, and I am gonna share them, not on this stream because this stream is kind of like a rushing podcast or whatever, 1 hour here. But I was at an event this weekend that he was there, doing like a live auction, and I wish I would have been able to have taken a picture with him, and I wish I would have been able to have gotten his autograph, because I am definitely a big Chad Gable fan. And I'm actually happy that on the way out, Erica was able to take a picture with him. Like, she goes, Chad, to take a picture, and he did the little shush. Like, while exiting the door, he turned around real quick for her, and he did the little shush, like he put his finger in his mouth. And you know, such a likable guy, bro, and he's really cool, man. I hope that we get to see Chad Gable in real life get that run that he so rightfully deserves. And now to kind of spin into the video game, since we talked about Chad Gable, you guys saw the thumbnail, you guys seen my video, I hope, or at least the title of that one video. But you see Kurt Angle with the strap down. They better give us Chad Gable putting the strap down in WWE 2k24. They said only certain superstars will have the chance to put the strap down. I hope that it's Braun Breaker. I hope that it's Kurt. I hope it's Undertaker. I hope Chad Gable's in that list. I would love that shit, man, because he's done it so many times. And like you said, he's helped Tozawa become a star. Maxine in the Women's Rumble, she had her botches, but people were still looking the other way.
But it's still like you still cheer for her, because you feel like she's gonna get it.
And she is a student.
I feel like Eva Mendes and shit like that.
Eva Marie,
whatever the fuck. We didn't want to give her a chance.
She wasn't committed to the cause.
We were like, no, whatever. But I feel like Maxine, I feel like the fans in general, we're gonna be more patient. She's gonna be botching, but we're not gonna be like, oh, why is she in the ring? She's gonna hurt somebody. We want to see. We're rooting for her to get better.
Especially because her involvement with Chad Gable, and you know, I'm sure she's training her butt off. I'm sure she's trying to put the pieces together. But you know, the Royal Rumble is a massive spot, and it is what it is. Things like that happen sometimes. Like you say, Brian. We were talking about that earlier, how, you know, in WWE, a lot of the superstars, they bounce back really well from the botches and kind of spin it into something else. So it's live TV, and that's why I don't really crucify them. WWE, TNA, AEW, it doesn't matter which company. When they botch the ballerina dance, if you will, it doesn't have to be perfect. It just needs to look clean ultimately. Do you think Braun and Baron will win the Dusty Cup Challenge, the Dusty Cup tournament? Well, let me ask you that, Brian, to kind of switch gears real quick and circle back to NXT, because we have the pay-per-view happening on Friday, guys. I mean, on Sunday, sorry. This Sunday, this weekend, we have the watch party for the Vengeance Day pay-per-view. Who would you rather see win the Dusty Cup tournament? It's just a trophy, and they get pretty much put in the trophy lineup of previous winners. Would you like to see Baron and Braun Breaker? You got to look up their promos whenever you have a chance to see all the few times that they've put some promos together. Would you like to? But for just knowing who you know, the characters, the wrestlers, who would you rather see win? Because remember, Trick Williams is fighting for the NXT belt as well. He's doing a double duty on Sunday. So would you like to see Carmelo and Trick, who are on the verge of splitting? Or would you like to see the Baron and Braun Breaker?
and Braun Breaker?
You think they need it more, right now?
Yeah, especially Baron.
I agree. I feel like Baron has been losing a lot. I think this would be nice. Adding this trophy to his collection with he won the Andre the Giant Battle Royale. So
it's claim to fame.
Claim to fame, exactly. So this would be a nice add-on to his collection, I feel. I agree with you. I think Baron and Braun, who we didn't think would win or even make it this far, and they're finally here in the finals. They need it more, especially because, let's face it, Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams are on the verge of breaking up, right? They're right at the very end of that relationship, and I think that this is the perfect way to kind of plant the seed where they're splitting.
Yeah, they're gonna be fine, bro.
Yeah, they'll be all right.
But Baron, he needs it.
I mean, this guy's probably been on, and you know what? We talked about Chad Gable up. Let me talk Baron Corbin up for a second, because I'm not like a super fan of his character per se, but the person himself and the work he's put in and the evolution that I've seen in Baron, he's one of those guys that works with anybody as well, bro. I feel like he doesn't get enough credit because the fans hate his character so much and get annoyed with him. But I feel like Baron Corbin has aced every character they've ever given him. Constable Corbin, Happy Corbin, Mustard Corbin. He's nailed
There's your
it.
favorite right there.
I mean, that's when I fell in love with Baron Corbin as a performer. I'm like, you could literally give this guy shit and he will make magic.
He'll make a magic. And you know what's the best part about him too is that the locker room loves him.
Because, man, he leads by example.
Vince really messed up because he was like, and when I say love him, I don't mean like he's just a likable guy. When I say love him, like there's reports, you could Google this, like from 2-3 years ago and shit like that. Like he was potentially like the next locker room leader, like Undertaker.
And I could see why. I could see why.
The way they talked about him, cause bro, he got suspended one time for speaking up in front of a meeting.
Oh really? I didn't know that.
Well, what was it? They were talking about something. It was nothing. It was like a wellness thing, whatever the fuck.
Oh.
And he said something at the meeting, and they gave him, I think Vince, or they gave him like a 30-day suspension or some shit like that. Cause he said something. He said something to one of the writers or some shit like that. That everybody was quiet, but everybody agreed with and shit. So thought he's outspoken. He doesn't hurt nobody in the ring, and he has that respect in the locker room, whatever. But if they would have made him a star dog, that would have been your next like
big
lifer.
Guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
that would have been like your next lifer that people can go to for like, because it looked like he was trending that way.
It was trending that way for a while, and then Vince just tried shoving him.
Yes, I don't know what happened, dog, but he has all their respect. Like
I gotta tell you, Brian, you know that he wasn't even supposed to be in NXT this long. They sent him down to NXT to work a program, and then ultimately they left him in NXT because Baron Corbin went to management and said, "Hey, I want to stay here working with these cats and redesign my character," and they let him. Like Triple H let him. They said, "Go for it."
Who else would say that? The Undertaker.
Yeah, no, you're right. He admitted.
Like, let me work with these.
He wanted to work with the young, hungry talent, and guess what, Brian? He's been putting on some bangers, bro. It's crazy. We got T-Bone saying, Lex, would you rather have 2K be a yearly or bi-yearly product? Is yearly better because of new additions brought into the game? Yes, T-Bone, you do not want this to be bi-yearly. You do not want this to be one of those pay-to-play packs, because then you get AEW Fight Forever, where you got to pay $10, $20 for season passes and packs, and even to add music. And like, I get it. People get frustrated with the yearly releases because the updates and upgrades are not monumental. But I'd rather pay a standard $70 and have the freedom to expand on that price point if I want to, versus, roughing it out and having to, you don't have to buy the game as soon as it comes out either. You could literally upgrade whenever you want on sale. So I'm thinking yearly is the way to go, just because of what I've seen other games do. And then you kind of start to feel like you're being taken advantage of. But hold on, let's acknowledge Lady Lex, guys. She is extremely hype right now. She put LE Punk, LE Knight, the American Nightmare Express, Triple Express, Lex freaking Express, the Express Day. She's trying to use WWE names and switching everything.
No, she's spamming. Don't put her on timeout.
Brian says we should put you on timeout, baby. NXT is what Baron Corbin needed, bro. Everything he's done since arriving has been, well thought out, and it's helped him. Now, when he gets called up to the main roster, it's going to be a different Baron Corbin. Remember when they put him with JBO? I thought that was going to do...
You're a loser. I can't work with a loser. He thought he ended that whole man's...
And then he did. He begged him. When I saw Baron Corbin begging JBL on national television, I'm like, it's a wrap for this guy. He's getting fired. He's like, come on. I could do everything you ask of me. It's okay. I'll do whatever you want. I was like, oh, this is Mustard Corbin all over again. What's going on here? Just wondering. Thanks, bro. Holy crap. I just tried AEW because it was on Game Pass for Xbox, and that game felt so bad, man. It was bad. I mean, it depends what your expectations were, but I could see what you're saying. Thank you, DR. Yeah, I'll add you back. Thank you for sending the friend request. Highlight sucks. Brian sucks. Erica says, "Do you think Roman's losing the title at Mania? I mean, if he doesn't have any monumental stories outside of the ones going into Mania, then yeah. But I mean, yeah. Let me just put it flat out. Yeah, I think Roman is losing at Mania. I think Roman needs to lose tomorrow. I love Roman Reigns. I'm a Roman Reigns mark, but I'm like,
he needs to lose that belt.
But he needs to lose that belt already, man. Roman doesn't need the belt. Roman is a dude. Let me say this now. I know I'm saving it. I'm saving to put all. I haven't put all my files into the computer. I'm gonna be doing that between today and tomorrow, and I'm gonna do a big Royal Rumble stream on Saturday, and that's where I'm kind of gonna do my live in person reaction alongside the replay. That's my plan, to rewatch the Royal Rumble and kind of go through what I was experiencing there in person, and I want to share the pictures and little clips that I got, and I'm also gonna do a video so anyone that doesn't tune into that stream will get to watch the video. But let me just say this, man. It was my first experience being there live, Brian. And Brian, you know that me and you are big time Tribal Chief marks. Dude, being there live, hearing the music in a pay-per-view, big stadium feel, 48,000, everyone with the ones in the air. I legit got a little choked up and emotional being there live for the Tribal Chief, man. You know, I wasn't even ringside. I was a whole section back, so I didn't get to see him come out through the Tron area. But I will say that I was throwing up my ones. I was wearing my Smash 'em, Stack 'em shirt because I was hoping to see him stack these people. Because I was there live. It was my first and only experience with the Tribal Chief. And let me tell you, it was an honor. If the Tribal Chief is there in your town, in your stadium, don't miss the show. You do not want to miss that feeling. When the Tribal Chief arrives, you feel it in the air. The dynamic changes, the environment, everything is.
You have to go, man.
You have to feel it for yourself. I promise.
Man, you're not even gonna fight for this. This means nothing to you,
bro. Like, it just elevates everything. And so when he came out last, he came out with the bell, he threw out the ones, the crowd acknowledged him. It was just like, that felt to me, guys, like, just, I can only imagine what it felt to be in the building with The Rock feuding with Austin. Like, that's like what Cody and Roman is gonna feel at WrestleMania, man. I if you can be there, that's all I gotta say. Be there. Nosebleeds. It doesn't matter where the hell you're sitting. You gotta be in the building, man. Goosebumps galore. So I'm happy I got to see that. I got to see him holding the undisputed title. I got my fix. He's been gone from TV for too long. Take the belt away from this man already. Take it away. Nothing like shows in the 90s. Sins. You were younger. You were a kid. Yes, they had a lot of characters. Yes, we had The Rock. Yes, we had... Those guys weren't all main eventers at the same time, my guy. You're not a wrestling fan now like you were back then. You don't buy the games yearly now like you did back then. You don't... You go to some shows, I'll give you that, but you are a stoner boner. That's you now. So you you fall asleep watching wrestling. You fall asleep watching movies. It's not the same. And I'll agree, the Attitude Era was different. But look, I was at Monday Night Raw in Tampa the day after Royal Rumble. I saw so many signs that I looked over to Eric and I said, I haven't seen this many signs in so long. Like, as much as I complained about the hecklers and the crowd, there were so many signs. I felt for just a split second that I was part of the 90s. The crowds back then, of course the crowds back then were better. They weren't on their stupid ass phone distracted. Everyone felt like wrestling was real. Social media didn't spoil everything. It was genuine. It was literally what Monday Night Raw is named after. It was raw. It was raw in every sense of the way. So, blame social media, blame technology, but I will tell you this. For anyone that doubted the Royal Rumble crowd on Saturday, I'm going to put up the clip again right here. And I showed the clip yesterday, Brian, but I'm going to put it up again. When CM Punk came out. Where is it? I know I have it here. Okay, so this is the Cody Rhodes one. Where's my CM Punk one? I think it's this one. Yeah. Look at the CM Punk one. It's sideways, guys. But look at the CM Punk one. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Look at this. Look at my reaction, guys.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Look at that shit, bro. That shit was amazing. And you know what's funny? Because I saw people on Discord asking me, everybody was like, oh man, why didn't the crowd say it's clobbering time? Dog, I didn't even see CM Punk set up to say clobbering time. I was screaming, I was singing the song. No one there saw CM Punk say it's clobbering time. That Titatron area is small as hell, and everybody was standing up.
Yeah, and plus he did it quick as hell. Like he didn't pause. Like he just came out and he did it real quick, and then he ran to the ring.
As much as I love the production crew for WWE, let me tell you guys, and I'm gonna elaborate in my review on Saturday, the production team failed the live audience because they had a big circular like LED screen on top of the ring, and then they had the one in the outfield that's just there from the Tampa Bay Rays. They struggled. I don't know who the hell in production was calling the shots, but they struggled so hard to show the live crowd like who was coming out in real time as the surprise and shit that it like we didn't even, like, I promise you, I didn't even see CM Punk kneel down. So when you guys told me that he kneeled down, I didn't even know. I seriously did not know. I didn't see that at all. So horrible setup by production. And when Cody won, I don't know how you guys felt it at home, but look at this right here. I'm going to play it. Watch. Hold on. Hold on, because I had the sound muted real quick. Here it is. All right, here it is. I'm playing it right now. 1 second. Nah, bro. You're saying the reaction was cool, but not hot. Just watching that video again, dog, it gets me like almost a little teary-eyed and emotional because I've been to two WrestleManias, and I always mention that because there's nothing in the world like WrestleMania to me. So being at WrestleMania, being at other pay-per-views, the Royal Rumble is such a freaking unique experience, bro, that as bad as the play calling was, like, Brian, we talked about it before the stream. Sami Zayn as number 30 kind of felt anticlimactic. Liv Morgan at number 30 kind of felt anticlimactic. We didn't get Hulk Hogan, The Rock, or any of these returns. You know, so even with all that mess and knowing all that stuff and being that aware, like, it's just the energy, bro. And that stadium has a roof that, like, it echoes, like, the echo is so crazy. So it was so amplified, and it was just euphoric. I left the arena and I told Erica, I wish every single show I go to can be like this. I wish I just wish it was like, you know, it can't be like that. That's why Royal Rumble is Royal Rumble, Mania is Mania. It's just, it is what it is. But it was, man, it was like, as a wrestling fan, bro, it was another bucket list item for me that really changed my love and passion for wrestling. Like, dude, I don't want to get corny and emotional, Brian, because you know that I'm always like, you know, the hard-ass, hard-nosed guy, and I don't really express that kind of emotion like that all that much. When it comes to, like, things that I enjoy, like wrestling, for example. But, dog, I got to be honest with you, man. That shit, like if I could drive to Royal Rumble next year again like I did this year and it's accessible or whatever, I don't care if I have to sit in the nosebleed. I really don't care. If I could be there, I would love to be there. And that's the case because Brian has asked me, hey, bro, let's go to WrestleMania. I always weigh it out if I should. Since I've already experienced it, I weigh it out. But that's not a question. Would I love to go to every single WrestleMania? Come on. Of course. Would I want to be at every single live event? Of course. That's like, but it's just when they're doing them where they do them, like I look at the logistics of it, the amount of struggle that it's going to take to do all those things, the amount of money and how much I value that. It's priceless, no doubt, within its realistic reach. So if I could go, I try to go. If I can't, I'm okay with not going because especially now with the watch parties that I do at home with everyone that tunes in, you know, we've been averaging like what, 30 to 40 people at a time, even 60 for these watch parties. I feel like I'm watching it in the crowd even at my house nowadays. So it makes it even harder to go to these, you know, crazy shows, fly out and all that. Because I have been looking at WrestleMania Philadelphia since the tickets came out on sale. And it's just crazy. 2 nights for 2 people. And even if I get a discount on the hotel, it's just, it's a little wild. So this was my WrestleMania weekend. And I'm going to keep talking about it all week, guys, because it was definitely, as a fan, a life-changing, it was one of those monumental moments that you always remember. So yeah, let's kind of circle back to the podcast because I kind of went into like Rumble mode and it just took me back to the memory. It was so freaking awesome. Would I go to WrestleMania next year if it's Wembley? Bro, if I didn't go to WrestleMania that was in California, 6-hour flight because I hate flying, or 7-hour flight because I hate flying, what makes you think I'm going to get on like a 14-hour flight to Wembley? Would I love to be there? Like I said, no doubt. But 14 hours? Bro, you got to like drug me, put me in a long sleep and wake me up.
Wait, yeah. What they doing at Wembley?
No, they're not doing it. Welcome to the channel, ? I don't know what your name is, but I appreciate the subscription. Thank you and welcome. There's rumors that WWE's been trying to do like a big show in Wembley, and so he's thinking about maybe if WrestleMania is there because John Cena wants to retire there.
John Cena?
He announced that his perfect retire match would be in Wembley versus Randy Orton.
Really?
Yeah, that's his like his wish list.
Damn,
his
I
dream
would love
match.
that actually.
That would be beautiful, right? Poetic
hey,
justice.
Man, Randy Orton. And in Wembley, I would fly. I would do that, bro.
Oh man, I know you would. You flew to Japan, asshole.
But you know what? Connecting flights, I think if you fly from New York, I think it's like 7 hours probably from New York, right?
For real? Nah, I don't know. I just know that it's really long. What up, Keon? I just think it's crazy. Like, dude, you know how I know that the Wembley flight is 14 hours? And Brian, you're going to laugh because, you know, we didn't talk about it. But I looked up the Wembley flight because I wanted to see how far it was for AEW All In. That's how hyped I was. But when I saw 14 hours and that there was no way
London?
I could get... Yeah, London.
New York to London, 7 hours.
Oh, really?
Non-stop. So you can fly from here to New York, which that's like 2-hour flight. 3-hour flight.
Yeah, 3-hour flight.
And then, you can relax a little bit.
All right. Hey, no, well, that sounds a little believable. That sounds a little believable.
And then you take JFK to London.
Don't say that out loud, because if Erica hears you loud enough, she's going to start trying to book some shit like that. Keon, bro, hold on. Keon just dropped 20. A 20 bomber Rooney. Keep going, G. Bud, I enjoy all your content. Keon, thank you for that massive donation, bro. I really, truly appreciate you, man. Wow. You're hitting me with all the feels right now while I'm sitting here talking about Royal Rumble. My goodness. Thank you so much, bro. Thank you so much, Keon. You know, now that you donated that, I don't know if this is kind of sleazy, guys. And Brian, help me out, because I know you see like reels around on Instagram and like social media in general. So guys, how do I put it? It's not important. It's not like one of those fundraisers for a good cause, but I was thinking I want a WWE title so bad, and I would love to do like some sort of like fundraiser for it. Would that be kind of sleazy of me if I would like put like the Cash App and hope that people like... All right, Keon, hold on. Keon is getting the notification, walking down the ramp like the people's champ. Thank you, Keon. $20, man. That's a big one, bro. Wow. But yeah, is that kind of sleazy if I were to do something like that? Like put like one of those goals at the corner of like the channel and put like, oh yeah, I would like to raise $500 or like whatever it is.
Do it in Twitch. Do it for like people put Amazon wish list.
For real?
On their shit. Oh yeah, you haven't seen that on Twitch? On the description, people, you click. There's like a link.
Oh yeah, like on their page. Like on their page.
And they have everything in their cart that you can buy for them. They're like,
what up, Jeffrey?
I want this mouse. I want this keyboard. I want this monitor.
What up, Juan? What up, Jeffrey? Yeah, no, you're right.
And people just donate stuff to them.
Really? Omar saying which title? Damn, Brian. I don't know if you know this, Brian, but I want you to take a wild guess. And even if you get it wrong, it doesn't matter. It's not like, oh, Brian, you know me or you don't know me. But I just want to see if you could guess which title, because they're asking me which title, and I'm gonna say it now. But I want you to, which would be the first title that I would buy, if you could guess.
But if you give me a hint, is it modern title or are you talking about of all time?
All time. So yeah, I'm generalizing it.
Probably I would say the original Attitude Era, WWF, whatever title, that The Rock, Uncle, whatever. Or
no, that's it. Stay quiet.
Oh, I got it.
You got it. That would be my first title. The Attitude Era, yes, the Winged Eagle Attitude Era. That would 1,000% be the. I cannot buy any other title first. It has to be that one. Once I get that one, then I could talk about like the World Heavyweight and you know some of the newer ones, maybe even. But hey, I wouldn't mind owning the 24/7 title if it was like, I don't know, $200 or $150, but not no 500.
Either between that one or the John Cena spinner.
I don't like the John Cena spinner. No. The John Cena spinner does look dope, but not for me to own. I would definitely have the Attitude Era. The Smoking Skull is cool, but those are just I would like the one that like Triple H had, The Rock, Stone Cold, those guys, you know, Mankind. The one that Cody likes, that's the one that like Hogan wore with the wing sticking out. I like that one. It's classy. It's cool.
Oh, that's the one with Bret Hart. That's more Bret Hart. And,
yeah, that's
HBK
Bret Hart. Yeah, that's Bret Hart's title for sure. And I like it. But man, to me, there is no title in wrestling history that matches that title. And another title that I feel very strongly about is the Intercontinental title from the Attitude Era. I love that title so much. Love it. Lex, you should get the WWE Championship hanger and hang the belts.
I like the European title too.
I like the European title too. No, bro. I'm a sucker for the Attitude Era titles. I could sit here all day. I would love to collect all the Attitude Era titles. That's too much money, so I'm keeping it realistic. I would go first Attitude Era.
Oh, yeah. If you had the Universal, right? If you had all the money for all the titles, right?
Yeah.
But you can only pick one version of the Universal. Would it be the blue one or the red one?
I would have to go with the blue one because of Roman Reigns.
Because of Roman Reigns?
Yeah. The red one, I think of Brock Lesnar.
Really? No, the red one, I don't think of Brock Lesnar. I think of
Seth Rollins? Finn Balor?
Was it red? Yeah, Finn Balor. I think of Finn Balor and Goldberg for some reason.
Yeah, because that's the one that he took from Bray Wyatt.
Yeah, and that's what I think about it. And you know what's funny is it's not even a joke. I
love the red title. My favorite color is red.
No, I'm saying that not that, but I'm the minority where I didn't hate Goldberg's Universal run. Not the one when he beat Bray.
The first one.
Universal run.
I'm a
fan of that run.
I didn't hate it either.
No, but everybody hated him getting any titles.
Nah, I didn't hate him getting titles. I actually got super emotional for him. Yeah, no, we are in the minority.
Yeah, I love that title run. That's why I like the red title because of Goldberg.
Dude, he lost the title to Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. I was there. I was like, damn, I get why Brock Lesnar won. I wish Goldberg won. Ruthless aggression.
You
Yeah,
know what's
so
funny?
go ahead.
I know they're kind of cheating. They call Seth's title is the world heavyweight title,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But I know we had this conversation, but that's Roman's title. Because
It's part of the undisputed. Yeah.
It's part of the undisputed. So why are they calling it the world heavyweight?
Well,
title?
because the thing is that the world heavyweight title was discontinued long ago, and Roman's title. Well, all right. So Roman's title was the world heavyweight title, but once it became universal, they kind of scrapped it. Like, it wasn't that anymore. It stemmed from its own thing. It was just a universal title, and then the WWE title.
Oh, was he officially stripped then from the world heavyweight?
Not well. WWE just cheated,
or just kind of thing that we're all ignoring.
Yeah, WWE just wanted you to ignore it and act like it never happened because Vince wanted to call it the universal title.
No, I mean like, because you know what's funny in my head? The moment they call it the universal title, to me that's not the world heavyweight title. Like I always pictured, ever since the universal title came in, the WWE title was the world heavyweight WWE champion. It was the undisputed title.
one of one.
So so that's two belts in one. That's that title, and then they created universal. That's its own thing.
Yeah.
And now they migrated the world heavyweight WWE title with the universal blah 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 whatever. I don't understand why they didn't create their own thing again, because that actually worked for me.
Yeah, where it felt more realistic versus...
It felt more realistic, yeah, creating his own thing instead of just pretending like the world heavyweight was never never
existed or anything like that.
Yeah.
And then they just kind of brought it back now versus what happened before. Look, bro, I would complain and feel the same way that you're feeling, but I love that Seth Rollins title. I saw it in person again, like right there to buy it. I think it was like $500. I
like it, dog. I just believe it or not, I just still have that feeling of the DC John Jones thing. You're not a legit champion. I remember when DC was the champion.
Yeah.
But you're not legit because you didn't beat John Jones.
Yeah.
And I think the reason I have that feeling is because it's called the heavyweight title. Yeah, I feel like if they would have, for me personally, if they would have called it something else, then I would feel more that he's
like
more
it's just its own
champion.
New thing. Like
it's his own thing, and he's a legit champion. But because they call her a world heavyweight champion, I feel like you're not the world heavyweight champion. That's Roman's belt.
Yeah, I see what you're saying there, man. I don't really think about it too much. To me, like the world heavyweight title, I was super pissed off when they moved it, took it away, and when they did the universal title, I kind of just adapted, and I like that they added some, a little spiciness to it with the red and then the blue, but Roman has been champion for so long in recent memory with the blue belt that's who I have imprinted in my head. But you're right. The red title, I do think Brock Lesnar and Goldberg, but that's about it. But no, I don't have a problem with the world heavyweight title because I was a huge fan of the world heavyweight title, and that was one of my favorite titles. Like to me, it's the number one.
You're talking about the WCW one, right?
WCW one, Booker T, 5-time champion.
I love that. Love that.
I would buy that.
But to me, that's the title that Roman has right now. He has WWE or whatever.
See, I don't see it like that.
To me, it's like a nitpicking. I'm like, just call Seth Rollins something else because that's not it. That's not the world. What he has is not world heavyweight.
Yeah, but they kind of doubled down on it when he cut the promo about his dad with Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
He said this is the world heavyweight title that your dad had.
Exactly.
This is the working class. This is the title your father created.
Exactly. And that bothers me because it's not. It isn't.
Yeah, because right there, that's like a plot hole in a movie. In a good movie, you're like, oh, that's a massive plot hole. That's WWE, Vince McMahon failing to, do the creative justice that it deserved storyline wise, and he just wanted you to forget about it. Like he just did his own thing and he just ripped it off.
The worst thing they ever did, dog, was let fucking Brock Lesnar beat Bobby for that fucking title, bro.
I agree. Bobby has recovered.
Roman Reigns did not need that shit, dog.
At all. I agree. Roman Reigns could have still been Universal Champion all this time. And I wouldn't have complained until he started taking the big breaks. But when he took both titles, dog, that shit made me sick. Honestly. Guys, I also have a massive video dropping I think Friday. I'm gonna do a superstore video where I'm gonna show the items that they were selling, so you guys could basically have a walkthrough with me. I'm gonna commentate over it, and I'm also gonna be showing you guys what I bought. Spoiler alert, I'm wearing part of it right now, but I will elaborate on the items that I bought, and I'm gonna show you guys what they were filming on site as well. Spoiler alert, I got to meet a few superstars, take some pictures, get some autographs. I've showed it on Discord, Twitter, and YouTube a little bit. But we're going to do some nice videos, and I'm going to keep uploading shorts every day, about once a day. My latest short was my CM Punk reaction. That's up on the channel. Check it out if you guys can. And I also have when DDP came out at the end of the Royal Rumble to hug Cody Rhodes. That video's up on the channel as well. It's been pulling some nice numbers, bringing us some new viewers. So we are doing the watch party for AEW tonight at 8 o'clock. Just so you guys know and you're fully aware, we got Dean Ambrose and Jeff Hardy. That's the match I'm looking forward to. And then you got Swerve Strickland doing something with Samoa Joe. Brian, how do you feel about Samoa Joe, man? Finally getting some love with the main title. Not like he didn't get love in TNA, because he did have some good runs in TNA and with the world title and all that. But how do you feel?
That's the one thing AEW has done. I don't know why WWE never did it, bro. But he's really good. Like, he knows how to put over a title.
Yeah, he does.
He knows, even though the Ring of Honor, like, the Ring of Honor, come on, we admit, there's no value to it or whatever. But when he held it,
it made sense.
Like, it made sense, and it meant something. Not the greatest thing ever, but at least it still meant something.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And he just knows, I feel like he's a great champion. And I feel like WWE messed up by not giving him some belt.
Well, he did win the NXT title. You don't give that any credit.
Oh yeah, no, I'm excluding his whole NXT run, but I'm talking about, because NXT, we all know that was his best run in WWE.
Yeah.
And he would have loved to stay there, but I'm talking about like putting him in the actual. Because remember, at the time when he was back then, like 2016, like, remember, we're in different times now. So, like, the U.S. title means something right now. The Intercontinental, like, belts mean something right now, which is great. That's why we're in one of the best times right now, right?
Yeah, for sure.
But remember, like, 4 or 5 years ago, that Intercontinental meant nothing.
Yeah,
US
only when the Miz
nothing.
had it. Only when the Miz had
Only
it.
when the Miz had it. But they were really nothing. So they missed their chance. If they would have given that shit to Samoa Joe, he would have done something with it.
He would have done wonders with it. But here's the thing, Brian. And Ace brought it up now that Joe himself brought it up. And I remember that time vividly. Every time that they were going to do something with him, he would get injured, bro. He would blow out his knee, blow out his shoulder. He had really, really bad luck when it came to his health and the main roster. For whatever reason, Samoa Joe on the main roster was just like bad luck for him, bro. He just kept getting hurt. You know, he had some spots where he was healthy, and clearly they didn't do shit with him, but I just think it became like just a bad luck situation for him, kind of like Finn Balor. Finn Balor took forever to bounce. It took Finn Balor joining Judgment Day to bounce back after losing that Universal title initially, remember?
Yeah,
he won,
but he had the bad luck. Seth Rollins screwed him over.
Yeah, he got hurt. What up, Kevin? How's it going? Triple H made the mid-card titles mean something? Oh, no doubt, immediately. He probably would have beaten AJ. Yeah, he probably would have beaten AJ.
Yeah, he's done great with the mid-card titles. But in my head, I was like, that's probably like the one thing that AEW has done better than WWE with.
I agree, but can I add? What's the word that LeBron uses for that he hates that people use for his championship? The asterisk, what?
The asterisk or some shit, or bubble.
Asterisk, yeah, the asterisk or whatever. Yeah, asterisk. Yeah. Okay. I feel like the only reason why Joe got the title right now is because MJF is hurt and Adam Cole is hurt. That's it. I feel like they gave it to him to not give it to Moxley again, and they really had nothing else going for him, and they wanted to elevate him, so it was like a 2-for-1 deal. Hey, these guys are injured, might as well give him the belt now. And that's because I'm looking too much into it, and so how you feel about the World Heavyweight title, that it stems from the Universal title. I kind of feel like they just threw the belt at him off of just cause. You know what I'm saying? Oh, whatever. These guys are hurt. Let's do Joe, since Joe, because they were.
So you think he's a paper champion?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, I don't feel like he has any, like right now, there's storylines that are brewing that they're trying to create for Strickland and him and all that stuff. But even then, when he won, there was still no sense of direction. They still don't even have a true challenger for his belt. They're kind of developing that story as we speak tonight. So I just feel like he was an impromptu champion versus like, hey, this is our guy. We're giving him the belt because we trust him. Yeah. Look, guys, maybe you're putting paper champion as like full-blown negative. Kofi Kingston was a paper champion too.
Yeah, but I think he was a legit.
He was more.
Champion.
Well, look, we're still living the era of Joe. They could clearly wash away the paper champion feeling.
No, actually, no. You know what? No, I take that back. Big E was a paper fucking champion.
Yeah, he was another paper champion too.
Kofi at least had Kofi Mania.
All right, but look at there you go, Ace. Disagree. That's on AEW management. Joan is seen as a star. It is on AEW management, and I'm not saying otherwise. Joe is seen as a star. I'm not saying otherwise, though. I'm saying that the way they're booking him right now, that they're just starting up the feuds because of injuries, it feels like they fell back on him, not because they trusted in him as to, like, they trust him to a degree. Yes, bro, I get that part. They wouldn't put the belt on someone they wouldn't trust. That's just the nature of the business. But this is more like, all right, fine. Remove paper champion because I freaking ran myself into a brick wall here. So remove that I said paper champion. He's a circumstantial champion. How about that? Does that make more sense?
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
Exactly,
yeah,
Kevin. He's a circumstantial champion because MJF would have dropped the title to Adam Cole. And if he didn't drop the title to Adam Cole, he would still be champion right now. But because of injuries, because of circumstances, they're like, well, Samoa Joe was being built up as a main eventer anyways, and he was probably going to feud anyways with Adam Cole down the line. Might as well accelerate it and give him the belt now versus giving...
circumstance.
Yeah, because of circumstances, because let's face it, let's give Samoa Joe a new fresh face the belt versus giving it back to Jon Moxley because they keep giving the belt to Moxley. Ace, if Adam Cole didn't get hurt, Cole would have been champion. That's what I'm saying. To be fair, they've built up Joe as a dominant guy since he came in. Yes, but he dropped the title, the TV title, in a stupid fashion. He didn't even put anyone over. He's been consistent, bro. But that's not what this conversation... You see, Ace, you always take the conversation to a place that we're not even headed. Like, I'm not questioning his dominance. I'm not questioning his image. I'm questioning the fact that if not for two major injuries, Joe wouldn't be champion right now. What up, Chase? How's it going, bro? You got what I'm saying? So, okay. I'm sorry. I apologize. I wish I could take back the last couple of minutes. Samoa Joe's not a paper champion. He is not a paper champion. He's a true dominant champion. Yes. But he's a circumstantial champion. That's the way I see it, and it taints it for me.
You know, that's actually a really good conversation. Hey, what's your Mount Rushmore of paper champions?
That is really a good conversation.
Like the greatest WWE champions that you all know just been hold placeholders. I think the number one goes up there is The Miz.
Can I mention somebody and you're not gonna roast me for it that I felt that way?
Oh.
Are you ready? This is gonna be really controversial. You guys are gonna get really riled up. Are you ready?
Right.
I'm asking you for real, Brian, because you're about to like blow.
Right.
Daniel Bryan,
paper champion? You know, that's not
Mount Rushmore.
Not too much of a hot take.
Mount Rushmore. I think Daniel Bryan is the definition of paper champion.
Oh, paper champion. So you don't think his run was a real run?
I think his run was only because it's the most boring time for wrestling fans after WrestleMania season, and they wanted to get him to they wanted fans to stick around.
Yeah, that's actually, I don't mind it, but I could see how that's super controversial because wrestling fans probably see that as one of the greatest
victories ever.
Yeah. I mean, I understand it is one of the greatest moments ever, but the run, like everything you were saying for Joe, like WWE was forced. WWE didn't want to give him the belt. They were 100% forced. They were 100% forced.
I just feel like when you look at WWE after WrestleMania, like SummerSlam is dope, but look at from WrestleMania to WrestleMania.
I'm trying to remember back then, because to me a paper champion is an in between champion. It's just a someone who holds the belt for the person that you really want to have the belt. To have it, it's just a holding, whatever. Was Daniel Bryan really that?
Nah, he was a different kind of paper champion. I think he was just like all right. The Miz was
me, I had like the Miz and Jinder Mahal and
Jinder Mahal, he was another paper champion.
Yeah, they were given belts just to hold it until the person that they really want to give it to gave it to. I don't remember back then with Daniel Bryan holding the belt. That I didn't see him as an in-betweener.
All right, I got another one for you. Well, come on. Do you remember the year that maybe not that specific Daniel Bryan, but how about the year that he lost the belt to Sheamus at the WrestleMania when Sheamus won the Rumble and he super kicked him?
That was really bad. Well, what belt was that? That was
a world heavyweight.
Yeah, that was really bad. But WWE admitted that was a mistake though too.
Okay. How about hold on, because I got another one in my head. I think I lost it. Hold on. Another paper champion. Oh my god, I had it in the tip of my tongue. My goodness.
Chris Jericho.
Oh, Chris Jericho has definitely been paper champion, and so has Kofi, and so has Big E for a while. And I like these guys. Guys, I'm not saying this with salt. I'm not saying that I hate them. I'm not saying that I don't wish well for them. I'm not saying that I didn't want them to do more. I wanted to love Big E's championship. I wanted to love Kofi Kingston's championship.
We
I'm
have
a fan.
To be real, that WWE,
the way that WWE treated
giving them runs.
Exactly.
WWE did not want to give them runs.
Exactly.
It was more they gave them those belts for us to shut up.
Yeah, even when Drew McIntyre became champion, I feel like that was a circumstantial championship, and he knows it. He says it. What significant?
Yeah, because nobody wanted to work during COVID.
Yeah, so what significant battle did he have? Outside of Randy Orton. Randy Orton. Yeah, Drew. It was Drew and Randy.
Yeah, but he had to run. He had to win the Royal Rumble.
No, that was real. No. Yeah. I know, but when he actually beat Brock at the pay-per-view though, at the Mania, so he's saying Chase is saying Ricochet, Drizzy saying, Kevin is saying Hulk Hogan 2002. I don't remember 2002's run. Bobby Lashley, damn, you could. Is that look?
Bobby Lashley's not a paper champion. He was a legit champion.
Yeah, I think Bobby was a legit champion. It wasn't long, so it wasn't a long reigning championship.
But remember, he had more than one too.
But he had more than one, and he.
Well, you know what? I can understand why. Who said that?
Chase.
Okay, I can understand why he says that because his second run with it was 100% just to give it to Brock.
Yes. Yeah, if we're talking about that Bobby, yeah.
That. If we're talking about that Bobby, okay, you can say paper. But before that, his first run as WWE he was a legit WWE. He had the support of WWE, as the main guy, main eventer.
Oh, Chase is saying about the feud with Drew. Okay, I got you, Chase. Yeah, the feud with Drew was solid. Bobby and Drew. Hogan held the title for 1 month in 2002.
Okay, Drew.
Yeah, 2002. That was probably just the last time he won the belt, right?
I don't know, probably. But
yeah. Look, guys, for me, it's kind of hard for me to knock a paper champion because those are usually guys that I mess with.
That deserves it usually.
That deserve it.
But the company is no.
Yeah, it's more of a company thing, right? I'm not trying to say that Kofi wasn't a good champion to me or that Big E wasn't a good champion to me. I've stated that their runs were boring, and I think that's mainly because the company just didn't care. Oh, I remember who I wanted to say paper champion because I just saw the documentary recently, Brian, when CM Punk first won the World Heavyweight title.
CM Punk?
Yeah, not the WWE, when he first won the Booker T 5-time champion World Heavyweight title. He says that he won the belt and that Vince McMahon did not believe in him at that point, and that they had nothing to do. They didn't have anything for him to do to the point that he literally dropped the title on a night where they said that he got attacked by Randy Orton backstage, and they had Chris Jericho fight for the title against I don't know who in a pay-per-view, and they just eliminated him from defending his belt, and they stripped him from the belt because they literally had no story for CM Punk, and he just held the belt, and they had nowhere to go with it. And he said that was one of the most frustrating times in his entire career because he felt like he had no input, nothing to do, nothing. 2009, exactly, Omar. So CM Punk in 2009 was the definition of paper champion.
Okay, yeah, all right. So, yeah, Hulk Hogan, CM Punk, they've all had runs that are paper champions. But remember, we're talking about the Mount Rushmore, so you have to make a career off of being a paper champion. You can't just add a whole bunch of people into.
All right, to just say that because everybody has a moment in time that they
could
have been paper champion.
Everybody has a moment where, yeah.
Okay, like Goldberg.
If we think back, even probably like there's probably a chance. When like all right, like when The Rock won the WCW championship, I think they just handed that shit. So no, Triple H, he didn't even fight for the World Heavyweight Champion. They handed it to him.
Really? I didn't even remember. That.
When they introduced the belt, when they did the split.
Yeah.
Right, and Eric
Bischoff awarded him with the belt.
Took over as GM. And they were doing the show for the first time. They didn't even do a tournament or nothing. He literally just handed the fucking belt and crowned him champion.
Yeah, so let's narrow it down for Mount Rushmore.
When I mean like Mount Rushmore, I mean like people who've made a living. Like The Miz has made a living off being.
All right, what about Chris Jericho then? Because he's made a living off of that too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Chris Jericho, even though his AEW run was legit.
Yeah, his AEW is
champion. But the whole little being the first ever undisputed or whatever, that's we all know that's bullshit. Because technically he was right. He beat The Rock and Stone Cold the same night to become WWE's first ever undisputed WWE champion, whatever. But if you look more into it in the storyline, he was Stephanie's he walked her dog, had to clean up his poo. He was like her little boy toy.
Yeah, I get you.
Type thing. He wasn't a legit champion.
Yeah.
And I think it was one of the worst WrestleMania main events of all time because him and Triple H closed the show following The Rock and Hogan. Yeah, that's definition of paper champion.
All right, fair enough. So look at Chase. Chase put on a good list, and so did Phenomenal Ace. He said The Miz. This is Ace. The Miz. The Miz, Jeff Hardy, Chris Jericho, and Christian. Chase said Daniel Bryan, The Miz, Jeff Hardy, and Kane. Yeah, no, you're right. Kane.
I don't agree with. You agree with Kane?
Yeah, because come on, Brian. He was a pushover. He never really won the belt and had a real run.
Yeah.
Later in his career, he did when he came back with the mask. But he was never he literally wasn't there a night that he won the belt and lost it the next night like Zack Ryder did with the Intercontinental?
I don't remember, but I know in the Attitude Era he won it twice probably.
And I just feel like they might have done that just to put him to give him a little boost in terms of character image for being Undertaker's brother. Honestly, bro, I don't know, man. I think that
that's gray area. That's gray area for me. Because the thing is, I think
for me too. It was running gag that Sasha always lost her first defense. If we talking about females, you know who was a massive paper champion? Sasha Banks. Oh wow.
Ooh.
Anthony says, Lex, for my Mount Rushmore, my missed opportunities by WCW. Wait, what? No, but we're talking about paper champions. You're taking the conversation somewhere else. I can't read that right now, Anthony. Hold that for another moment. In the Attitude Era, he won Stone Cold and lost the next day. Yeah, but that's a transitional champion. I think that's a different category. That's we're giving you the belt so you could be the one to drop it to this other person.
So Miz.
Yeah, Miz, Chris Jericho, Daniel Bryan are probably the top three.
Chris Jericho, I still don't agree with Daniel Bryan.
Really?
Yeah, because I think because all right, regardless how you feel about him, his run, his whole little run, the little yes movement, whatever the hell, he did have a legit run when he was doing the heel thing.
The Earth.
And he made the Earth bullshit, whatever. And that was which title was that?
When he
that was
came
the
back.
WWE title, right?
Yeah. Yeah, when he came back.
So like for me to put Mount Rushmore, I feel like your whole championship run, like every time you've ever had the belt, or like the only time they ever put you up is transitional or temporary or anything like that. Like I
Yeah.
can't put people up there who've had legit runs
Oh, okay.
in my eyes. So like for instance,
Yeah, so even if they were paper champion for one instance, you can't put him up there because there is guys like The Miz. There is guys
it's like the Miz. And I'm talking about the main title because the Miz is a legit champion if you want to include like Intercontinental and shit like that. He's one of the best of all time. I'm talking about the main titles, heavyweight in WWE. He's a Grand Slam champion. He's won the belt. I don't even know how many times. Like what, three times probably.
Well, the WWE
main
title, he's won it twice. Twice.
And has he ever won the heavyweight?
No, it was just WWE.
All right, so he's won it twice. Both times were never legit.
Can you really put
they
Jericho up there
somebody
despite
else.
him having... No. That's why Brian didn't put Jericho up there. Brian took him out.
Who else? You could put Kofi and Big E there.
But those are like...
All right, you can put Jinder Mahal. Ooh,
Yeah.
McFoley. Look what
Yeah, Mick Foley probably was one.
he was never really like one the face. That was just put the Rock over and shit. That is actually a pretty hard list, bro.
It is a hard list. I think, but Mick Foley kind of flirts with like giving the crowd what they wanted, like kind of like Big E and Kofi as well.
Yeah, but I give Mick Foley a pass only because he held the belt for a few pay-per-views before it.
Hold on, Brian. Hold on. My headset cut off. Hold on. Let me connect my headphone again to get Brian back in here, guys. Hold on. All right, I'm back. Yo, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, cool. So what were you saying?
That Mick Foley, like he had legit where he held it for like 2-3 pay-per-views. Like he's done that a few times where he's wrestled against like The Rock or like a big name and he's actually kept the belt. You know, even though eventually he would lose. Like remember, like booking in the Attitude Era was a lot different than today. Remember, booking in the Attitude Era, there was a different champion every 2-3 months.
Yeah.
Like, motherfuckers lost that shit. Like I think The Rock in his span of like 3 years was a 7-time champion. Or whatever. So that's why I can't put Foley there. Even though he was transitional, he was only champion to give it to somebody else. It wasn't as easy. Like they let him keep it. You know, like 3 months as a champion back then is equivalent to like, you know, in like today's time to like a good 7-8 months run. It's different times. Ooh, yeah, Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm here.
MGM, Rey Mysterio, right there.
Oh man, yeah, Rey Mysterio has had the paper champion stuff. He's had the paper champion runs.
That's your paper champion. This dude was never a legit champion. It was always temporary. Like, here, have it for now. Oh shit.
24/7 belt is on sale for $250. Is it for real?
Oh yeah, Alberto Del Rio too.
Yeah,
Another
Alberto Del Rio is kind of tough though, because he had legit runs. Kind of tough. They really wanted to build him up and make you feel like he was, you know, that guy. And he had some moments, even with the Money in the Bank and all that. So it's kind of hard for me to say that they didn't trust him or want to put, you know, he had legit feuds, legit title defenses.
Yeah, he did legit feuds. Yeah.
So Alberto Del Rio is. I feel like Ray definitely was because Eddie passed, and they really wanted to like.
Yeah, one of your chats just said it was a sympathy run.
Yeah, it's that. And I wouldn't even call it paper. I think it was sympathetic.
And somebody said it earlier on your chat. Jeff Hardy.
Jeff Hardy.
But I think yeah.
Nah, Jeff Hardy had real runs, or one real run as well. I don't know, but look, my thing is that when I got into wrestling and I was like deep in the deep end and I was like super nerding out, I always felt like between WrestleMania to WrestleMania. So I'm talking about the odd months, like May, you know, the summer. Obviously, SummerSlam they picked it up, but it was really like that awkward gap of like, you know, August, September, November, whatever, all up to the Rumble.
The paybacks and shit.
Yeah, like those pay-per-views and that stretch, bro. Whoever was champion in that time was literally just champion right up until Royal Rumble. That to me was, and that's it, because Royal Rumble
Those
is
are all
like
paper champions.
Yeah, those to me are all paper champions. Why? Because that's it. That's once the season kicks off, whoever's that guy is keeping that belt. Whoever drops that belt before then, you know, you'll see it. They gave them the belt in the hardest time for them to keep viewers to watch. So Alberto Del Rio, he went into WrestleMania as champion, defending the title. I think against Edge. I think that was Edge's last match before retiring. So I saw the guy going into Rumble and Mania season as the legit main champions. Anyone who won the belt in between those lines were like, yeah, paper for sure. And The Miz, the second run was totally transitional and Garbanzo. And you know who? I wish I would have seen what they like. I don't understand why they had Otis win the Money in the Bank only for him to lose the briefcase.
Yeah, even the Miz that went, when he main evented WrestleMania with John Cena for the title, even that's a gray area simply because on paper, yeah, he main evented WrestleMania, but if you watch, the storylines was set up to Rock and John Cena. Yeah,
for sure. So look, we can nitpick that, but let's face it, guys. And let's take away the nerd fandom, you know, Marky Mark vibe, right? Strip yourself from that for a second. I'm gonna pause the music real quick. Let me mute this so you guys can hear us loud and clear. Strip all that away, all those intangibles away, and just think like a human being. If you were working for WWE and they tell you, hey, you're going into Mania, you're beating John Cena because The Rock is coming out to interfere, wouldn't you take that?
Yeah.
Closing out the show? Dog, how many people get to say that? That The Rock came out to help you win the belt? To keep the belt? Think about that. Just all on its own? That's bro, this guy legit beat Cena, Rock involved or not. He beat Cena in the main event. As, you know, he did have his comedy stuff, yeah. But he legit beat Cena with the assistance of The Rock storyline-wise with a concussion. Like that, bro, you could retire after that, Brian.
Yeah.
Like I don't think that you can aspire, especially him coming from the real world and tough enough.
Grand Slam champion.
Like, dog, that's pretty big, man. So if I didn't sit here overthinking and, you know, Because as fans, we kind of nitpick like what Brian and I were doing a little earlier, whether it's with Kevin Owens or whoever we like tremendously. And we're like, we don't want to see that. We don't want to. What The Miz did, bro, that is enough to hang it up and say, you made it. You not only became a freaking champion, but you closed out a show where you legit pinned the franchise, the Hulk Hogan of the modern era. All thanks to the real megastar of the Attitude Era, The Rock. Bro, that's like, come on, that we are The Miz. The Miz is us living through it, like we lived through The Miz. If they tell me that's my matchup for the main event, I'm taking that shit happily ever after. So, yeah, we could call him a paper champ. You could definitely call him a paper champion, but for the reality era, I would venture to say that he had a decent run for where he came from, who he is, where, you know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, bro, he is an overachiever, and he earned it, man. He earned it. He totally earned it. So it's kind of hard for me to... And I feel bad, bro, because you could have given that same opportunity to Big E, to Kofi. And you know that Kofi's run gets his fair share of heat and all that because of the way it played out and ended with Brock Lesnar. But one thing that I do want to bring up before I close out the stream, guys, because I'm starving and it's dinner time and we got the watch party, which, Brian, you're more than welcome to rejoin if you want.
Right.
8 p.m., by the way. But Big E did a post-show smack talk with The Miz, and I love Big E, guys, as a person. Like, I was happy to see him this weekend, happy to see him healthy. Hopefully he comes back if he's healthy for it. But, guys, I got to be honest with you, man. I couldn't disagree more with Big E. Big E sitting across from The Miz, they had a heated argument on Smack Talk that seemed pretty real, and he legit told The Miz to his face that he got the opportunity of being champion and going for that main event. He got it handed to him. And he said that Kofi never had that opportunity. And I'm like, wait a second. Hold on. If there is one thing I know from the outside looking in and what I've read, what I've heard, and what people have said about The Miz, is that he has literally earned everything that he has gotten. This is a guy who had to change clothes outside of the locker room. This is a guy that was not only ignored, but wanted out of the locker room because of where he was from and who he was. Could he have been handed the fortune of, like, you know, having an opportunity in WWE maybe without being the best? Yeah. But he made the best of everything. And he scratched and clawed his way to all those spots where then he made it something. He made it mean something, guys. Think about it. They've given Miz so much garbage, and he always makes you either laugh, get mad, or whatever it is. He gets a reaction out of you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And you know what's funny is that if that shit would have been... we shouldn't even end the stream like this. But if our shit would have been anybody else, The Miz would have said something back, because The Miz can talk, and he's super smart and everything.
He did. No, he did reply to him.
He did reply, but not as aggressive as he should have, because that's kind of offensive. But the only reason he didn't get super aggressive to try to disagree with Big E is, I'm sorry, skin color, bro. He's not gonna stand there and say, "Oh yeah, no, Kofi." He's not gonna compare himself to Kofi.
No, because Kofi did struggle to get his shot.
Yeah, and because like everybody knows Vince's history with black champions.
Yeah, he doesn't. He doesn't care for it.
So what does it look like The Miz trying to compare himself to black champions?
Yeah, it's like a white supremacist.
I worked, no, not even white supremacist, but to say I worked just as hard as any black to get where it would have sounded
there's
ridiculous.
No reply.
You know?
Yeah, there's no reply to that.
There's really no reply he can say to that, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
But to imply that he didn't earn it, you know, was messed up.
My whole thing is here. I love Kofi. Loved him when he was the Jamaican SOS. when he got with New Day and he kind of evolved and started doing his thing within there, I felt like he got in his comfort zone and found himself there. But I feel like Kofi, they would give him something, and it wasn't really like when he was tag champion with several people, like even with CM Punk, it was cool. It was enjoyable, and he was likable. But I don't feel like Kofi ever, like, I'm not saying he didn't try, because I'm sure he did. Lord knows he did. But for sometimes things like this, you just got to grab it by the horns, bro. And I feel like
he didn't do it. And we saw him live as a champion.
Yeah, we did.
And he was throwing pancakes into the crowd. And
and
they gave you Randy. You can't even say they gave him a chance. They gave him Randy Orton as his first, I think.
Thank you. Yes, that's what I was going to bring up.
So you can't even say that they didn't give him like a legit competitor to feud with.
He was feuding with Randy. He got eaten alive on the mic. He struggled a bit.
Exactly.
The accent was messed up. He had a couple botches here and there. He wasn't ready for it. He wasn't ready for it, guys. And when you're not, you know how WWE is. It's now or never type of thing, and we don't know when we're going to circle back to you. When they circled back to Kofi, he was definitely more ready. But he was a different kind of main champion, and WWE acknowledged that, and they didn't want him to be more than what he was. And I don't want to say everyone backstage producing, because that's mainly on Vince. Vince saw him as just rewarding the fans, Kofi Mania, let's move on. That's it. And it is kind of it's kind of a Debbie Downer way to end the stream, but I want to end the stream on a like a talkative, like a conversation going, because I want to carry this into the watch party. I want to watch AEW and keep these conversations flowing. It'll be kind of like a podcast reaction stream, because let's face it, AEW is pure wrestling and it doesn't have a whole lot of stories going. So we got to have conversations happening. So I hope you guys tune into the AEW watch party. That's going to be the sequel to this wrestling podcast. That's why I wanted to do this. What happened?
No, I'm sorry.
Oh, no, you're good. You're good. I was just like, wait, what? So yeah, we're going to do the AEW watch party, 8 o'clock. If you don't get notified by YouTube, it's because I've streamed and uploaded way too many videos. But we have Jon Moxley facing off against Jeff Hardy. I hope that match is a banger. Tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern. I will see y'all there. Brian, thanks for joining us on this podcast, bro. I appreciate it.
No problem.
All right, guys. I'll see y'all at the AEW stream. Let's go. And if you haven't seen the WWE 2k24 videos, man, check it out, man. We broke it down, showed some nice screenshots. There's a lot to unpack. I suggest you guys check that video out right now. Drop a like and comment in that one. I'll see y'all at 8 p.m. Peace.